You also want to make sure that you are getting paper products. And you ask, why paper products? One reason you want to make sure that you do have your paper products and everything is because more than likely, nothing's going to come out of here. They're going to turn off your water. So before the storm hits, here's some tips that you need to do. Number one, fill your sinks up. Fill all your sinks up in your house, all right? Fill them up with water. You know, do your kitchen sinks, do your bathroom sinks, all right? Your bathtub. Here's a great thing that you can use to get a lot of water, folks. All right, you can go on Amazon for less than $30. You can buy what is called a bathtub. It's like a big bubble, okay? And what you do is you lay that in there, you hook up the thing, and you fill it up. It fills up to the however big your bathtub is. Now, if you can't afford to do that, all right, you want to make sure that you seal off in your tub because you want to fill that tub up. All right, that is very important, folks. So you want to fill that tub up. You want to seal off the drain so no water can get out, and fill the tub up as far as you can fill it up. So this way here, at least you have some water to, say, flush the toilet, maybe to clean with, sponge bath with, or whatever else that may need to be done. Now, I would suggest if you're not going to use the bathtub little bubble that fills up with water, I would suggest that you make sure that you clean your tub very well and rinse it really good before you fill it up. So this way here, the water is somewhat clean, all right? If you need to use it for drinking water. I'd try to use other things for your drinking water and use that for the other things that there's going to be needed. Because if you got to go to the bathroom and they turned off the water, guess what? You got to have water to flush it. Make sure that you do have a 5-gallon bucket handy, because if you live like here in Florida, there's retention ponds like everywhere, all right? You can always go out and get the water out of the retention pond to bring it in with the 5-gallon bucket to flush the toilet. Another tip that you can use, it doesn't have to be the water that you're saving in your home. It depends on the situation that you are in. Now let's talk about your refrigerator, all right? Now ways of making those items last longer. Say you don't have a gas generator. I have a gas generator that runs all my big stuff. All right, I use all my battery banks. I have small ones and everything else to run all the other said products and recharge them. Now, my refrigerator and those type of items, I have a gas generator. Your gas generator needs to be far away from your home, all right? Little one-on-one here, because this is very serious, folks. You keep it as far away from your house as possible. If you're going to have it on the back side of your house, you don't want windows open back there because of the carbon monoxide poisoning that can take place. There is no smell to it. If you bring it in your home and you light it up, you put it in your garage, you put it in the living room, whatever else, you will be dead, and so will your family. Let's just cut it right to the chase. We're all adults here. All right? It happens every time there's a storm. Every time that there's some type of a natural disaster, a blizzard, winter storm, powers out, ice storm, hurricane, whatever else, you always hear about somebody dying because they put their generator either in their home, too close to the home, and had the windows open, and that came in and they're dead. So let's not do that. Get it as far away from your house as possible. Run extension cords into what you really need to do. Only hook it up to your home if you know what you're doing and you have the proper adapters to do so. All right, you want to make sure you have a professional electrician come in and put an adapter in to where it is a connect, and it has a quick connect if the power comes back on. And with that adapter being in there, what happens is it's only powering your house inside. You're not shooting power out into the line, because you could have a lineman come and he could be out here working on the pole, and all of a sudden he goes to grab that wire and it's supposed to be dead, but you're electrifying it, and maybe you kill him and he's trying to get you power back. So if you're going to have that, you want to make sure that you have the proper people come in and put in that adapter system to where the power doesn't go back through the line, the power stays in your house, and when the power kicks back on from the line, it kicks your generator off. It can be done. Just play it safe. All right? Now let's get back to talk about the refrigerator. All right, my final tip here before we get done with this video. Your refrigerator and coolers. You need a refrigerator, you need coolers. Now, more than likely, most people have coolers. You want to make sure you have you want 2 really big coolers. 1 you're going to use, and 2 is one for storage. All right, now here we go. Follow me with this. All right, so you're going to take 1 cooler. You're going to start off making your own ice about 4 to 5 days out before the storm hits. Now, what you want to start doing is you want to use small containers or a plastic, say, quart size freezer bag. All right. Now, you want to take that. If you fill up a plastic container, leave it at least an inch below the top. If you're going to put the lid in, put it in your freezer so you can stack them so you can make multiple ice at a time. All right. The reason being is ice expands. If you put the lid on, you fill it all the way to the top, it's going to blow your lid off, or it's going to crack your bowl, one of the two. And then it's useless. You might as well just throw it in the trash. So remember, leave it at least an inch below the top. You can put the lid on it. You can put it in the freezer. You can make multiples at a time. When those are done, pull them out. They pop out pretty easy, okay? Pop them out, put them in a cooler. Keep the cooler inside where it's cool, or in a cool, dry place or whatever. Just keep it to where the cooler isn't hot. Don't leave it outside in the garage, in the sun, or anything else. The point is, we're building our ice pack for the storm. Now follow me. Take your bags, your freezer bags, quart-sized freezer bags, or storage bags, whichever you choose to use. Fill those up with water. Now, with those, you can't just lay them in your freezer on the racks. Reason being is, they're going to form to the racks. Then they're going to freeze to the racks. You're not going to be able to get them off the racks, if you follow what I'm saying. You're probably going to end up damaging the bag, so you only get one use out of it, or you're going to damage the rack that it's on. So, quick tip here. You want to use a cookie sheet or a baking dish so you can lay multiples in there, throw those in there, make your ice, and then put those in your cooler. So you're going to have one cooler that's going to be full of all these huge ice blocks. All right. Now, if you can find, dry ice is a good thing to have, but you got to make sure you have gloves and everything else to handle that stuff with. But it is another option to what we are going to do. So the storm's coming. You've made up all your ice blocks. What you want to do is you want to open your freezer. If you have 2 freezers, all right, like I have a freezer here, I have a small freezer and a small refrigerator that's out there. So it's not that big, folks. So I just keep few things out there, but what I would do is cram it all into this freezer here. Then I take my ice blocks and I start filling every single hole that's in there. You want to just plug it full, all right? Pretend like you got a hole in the boat and you got to plug it. You want to plug it full of ice blocks.